Imagine the sheer terror in the eyes of those who realized too late that they had just killed the Son of God. The ground beneath their feet shook, the sky turned dark, and an eerie silence fell over the land. This was no ordinary day. It was the tragic time that would change history forever. This was the moment they realized they had killed the Son of God, as Jesus, who drew crowds, performed miracles, and claimed to be the Son of God, was hanging on the cross. To many, it looked like just another brutal Roman execution. But something was different this time. The man on the cross wasn't just any man. He was Jesus of Nazareth, the Son of God. The air was thick with tension. It was midday, yet darkness enveloped the land. People whispered in confusion and fear. As they looked up at the sky at Golgotha, the place of the skull, the Roman soldiers stood guard, making sure no one attempted to rescue Jesus. Among them was a centurion, a seasoned soldier who had seen countless executions but had never witnessed anything like this. As Jesus took his final, labored breath, a stillness enveloped the hill of Golgotha. The crowd had grown silent, the taunts and cheers now a faint echo in the cold, heavy air. Then, without warning, the earth began to shake. The ground trembled violently, rocks cracked open, and the land itself seemed to react to something beyond human understanding. Tremors grew in intensity, shaking the landscape. They stood upon rocks, split apart, and the once solid ground quaked violently. The centurion, a battle-hardened soldier who had witnessed countless deaths, felt an unfamiliar chill run down his spine. This was no ordinary execution. No common criminal, drawing his last breath, he had heard Jesus utter words of forgiveness, had seen his calm and composed demeanor in the face of unimaginable suffering now, as the ground convulsed and the sky darkened. The centurion began to grasp the enormity of what had just transpired suddenly from the direction of the temple. A deafening, tearing sound echoed across the land. The veil. The massive curtain that separated the Holy of Holies from the rest of the temple was torn into two from top to bottom. This was no random act of nature. It was a divine sign, a testament to the magnitude of the moment. The tearing of the veil signified a seismic shift in the spiritual realm, a moment where heaven and earth intersected in a profound and unsettling way. The centurion, standing amidst the chaos, looked upon the lifeless body of Jesus with a mixture of awe and dread. Surely this man was the Son of God. He muttered, his voice trembling with fear and reverence. His words, spoken in the hushed tones of realization, sent ripples through those around him. The soldiers who had mocked and beaten Jesus just moments earlier now stood in stunned silence, their faces pale with the dawning comprehension of their actions. As the news of these extraordinary events spread, it reached the Jewish leaders who had orchestrated Jesus' death. They had believed that by crucifying Jesus, they would end his influence, silence his teachings, and restore their authority. But now, faced with supernatural signs and the testimony of the centurion, they were gripped by an overwhelming sense of dread. Had they made a grievous error, the very fabric of their reality seemed to unravel as they contemplated the possibility that they had condemned an innocent man, perhaps even the promised Messiah. Jesus' followers, hiding in fear and mourning the loss of their teacher, began to hear whispers of these miraculous occurrences, the darkness that had covered the land, the violent earthquake, the tearing of the temple veil. These were not mere coincidence. These were signs powerful and undeniable that something extraordinary had happened. Their sorrow was mingled with a burgeoning sense of awe and hope. Could it be true? Was Jesus truly the Son of God? And if so, what did that mean for them and for the world? The centurion's declaration, "Surely this man was the Son of God," became a haunting refrain, echoing through the minds of all who had witnessed the crucifixion. It was a statement of truth, a recognition of the divine in the midst of the ordinary. It resonated deeply, challenging their understanding of life, death, and the divine. It was a moment of epiphany, a moment when the veil of ignorance was torn away, revealing a profound and unsettling truth. The Roman soldiers, usually indifferent to the suffering they inflicted, found themselves deeply disturbed. They had executed countless criminals, but never had they encountered such an overwhelming sense of divine presence. The events of that day would haunt them, a constant reminder of their role in a moment of cosmic significance. They had been instruments in a drama far greater than they could comprehend, and the weight of that realization bore heavily upon them. The Jewish leaders, too, were thrown into turmoil. They had sought to preserve their power and control, but now they faced the possibility that they had been instruments of a divine plan. The signs and wonders surrounding Jesus' death forced them to confront the uncomfortable truth that they might have opposed God's anointed one. Their confidence was shattered, replaced by a knowing fear of divine retribution and a deep sense of guilt. Jesus' death was not the end, but a new beginning, a gateway to a higher truth, with renewed purpose and determination. The disciples recalled Jesus' words about his death and resurrection. Each prophecy, once veiled in metaphor, now revealed its true meaning. Their fear transformed into unwavering faith, and their despair gave way to a powerful sense of mission. This moment of realization was not just a turning point for the disciples. Through the ages, the recognition of Jesus as the Son of God, his sacrifice as the ultimate act of love and redemption, filled the disciples with an unshakable resolve. They were no longer followers in hiding. They were bearers of a divine message ready to share the truth with the world. The aftermath of that momentous day was felt far and wide. Pilate, the Roman governor who had reluctantly sentenced Jesus to death, was deeply troubled by the reports he had been a man of political pragmatism. Yet now he faced the possibility that he had sanctioned the execution of a divine being. The weight of this decision haunted him, a dark shadow over his conscience. The significance of this moment echoed through history. It became a cornerstone of the Christian faith, a testament to the sacrificial love of Jesus and the fulfillment of ancient prophecies. The realization that they had killed the Son of God was not just a moment of horror. It was a moment of revelation. It revealed the depths of human sinfulness and the boundless grace of God. It was a moment that changed the world, a moment that continues to resonate through the ages. In the years that followed, the message of Jesus' death and resurrection spread across the globe. The centurion's declaration, "Surely this man was the Son of God," became a rallying cry for believers, a powerful affirmation of their faith. It was a moment that transcended time and space, a moment of divine revelation that continues to inspire people. Today, the story reminds us, even in moments of darkness and despair, divine hope shines through. Jesus' sacrifice was the ultimate act of love, a gateway to new beginnings for all. Thank you for joining us on this powerful journey. If this story touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories of faith, hope, and love. Remember, divine signs are all around us, guiding us toward truth and grace.